how did it feel coming out of Sydney to start with? Was it an opportunity lost or a great step forward?
We're looking at it as a great step forward. I think we, for the first time, saw some real positive changes in the brand identity of footy we're trying to play. We managed to sustain it for a number of quarters against a good side and had a few fundamental breakdowns late, which is how footy should go. So I'm happy to see some good growth with some of our young players and some of our senior players too.
So do you feel a sense of relief not watching the ball constantly so they can come back to a defensive 50?
I suppose so, yeah. It was good to see and feel a bit more connection with the boys, and the ball seemed to be moving in a more predictable manner than what we'd seen previously. So, like I said, I think it goes to show that some of the stuff we've been implementing in our training is starting to work, and we're starting to build that connection as a team, which we haven't had the opportunity to do for a number of years now. So hopefully we can keep this group together and keep getting on the same page and learning what defines our brand of footy.
Callum's role back there in that back six sort of helps free up Garv yourself at times. How important is that?
Yeah, Jamo's doing a fantastic job, and I don't know how he didn't see it already. He's a trig boy, he catches barrels, he belongs in the back line. So he's doing a fantastic job down there, and we have a big emphasis on working together, and he's slipped in nicely. And I think with Harry Edwards coming back to full fitness, we're looking like we've got some stability behind the ball and some options in the key position department. So that's a really good thing.
Against GWS, it was kind of like fundamentals that let you down. You were trying to do the right thing, but executing poorly. What was better about the game against Sydney? Was it better method or just better execution?
Look, I think better execution. It felt as though we were a bit clearer on what we would need to do. We were able to simplify what our roles were a bit more. And I think that's a symptom of a young team, is that each week there'll be something slightly different that you get wrong. And a lot of things were really good against GWS, but the fundamentals, especially in the front half, let us down, where we managed to nail that this week and had a few other things that we could work on. So it's a symptom of where we're at, but I think it was a much better holistic performance.
At 3/4 time, did you believe it was winnable?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a great feeling. And it was, like I said, a testament to how hard we'd worked with the group, and you can't manufacture that feeling. It needs to be earned, and we managed to be in the game after 3 quarters, and it's not hanging our hat on it. We want to win, but it's growth, and that's where we're at as a footy club, and we're seeing positive growth, and that's what I'm happy about.
This week then, what a great opportunity to get that W on the board.
Absolutely, yeah, we're looking to win. We're looking to get wins every single week, and we're looking to build brand identity of West Coast Eagles footy every single week, so that doesn't change. And hopefully we can capitalise on what Richmond's weaknesses are and bring our strengths to the play again, like we did a good job at this weekend, previous to ones before that.
Are they a little bit more gettable without Tom Lynch, without Bolter?
Oh, look, they're a great side, and they have been for a long time. I certainly wouldn't discount that, but like every team, especially before round 5, the game presents different opportunities year to year, and each pre-season teams work on different things, and so they've definitely got weaknesses that we can exploit and competing styles to what we're going after. So we're really hoping if we can put a performance like we did on the weekend, we can be really competitive and win.
How aware were you of what Harley was doing on the weekend in terms of the 7 broken tackles?
So from fullback, I find it hard to see sometimes. It's a bit of a blur to read the cues up in the stoppage there, but I saw a bit of vision, and he looked great, didn't he? And I think he's the real deal. And I think for an 18-year-old to be busting tackles like that and having composure like that is really impressive. And what impresses me most about him is his character. He's got a live in the moment attitude. He's fun, he's relaxed, he's exciting, and I think that if we can provide a really good environment for him, he's going to be one of the stars of the generation. Sorry to put it on him like that, bro. That was big raps, but really, you saw it on the weekend. He could be anything.
Dustin Martin's sort of the poster boy of the fend off. Is there an opportunity for a master and apprentice sort of clash this weekend?
Yes, well, don't know. I'm sure, knowing Harley, he'll try and put one on him. And that's what I like the most about him, is that he's trying to wrestle the ruckman at the piss-ups. He's trying to go after the big boys, and that's just in his nature. And so I reckon if he sees Dusty, he'll probably try and give him one, and he'll happily accept one too, in the nature of the game. So I really like that about his character, and I'm going to see it excited this weekend.
Obviously last year, two not ideal results against the Tigers, but if you look at the side, the Eagles side from last year to now, how much difference do you see?
Yeah, big difference, and the main difference being continuity. Once you play a number of games together, you start getting a rough idea of what your teammate's going to do in certain scenarios, and you can make decisions off that. So I really like the fact that we're getting those reps in together, and we're becoming a more predictable defence together, we're becoming a more predictable offence together. So I think while people change, the connectivity of the group has increased, and that's where we're getting our benefits.
How close is Elliot Yeo to the old version of Elliot Yeo, the good version of Elliot Yeo?
He's very close, isn't he? He's looking like a beast inside that stoppage, and he's found his strengths as a player again, which is that contested beast. I don't think we'll see him in the back line again, like his All-Australian years, but when up and going, he's as an impactful player as there is in the comp, and we're loving what he's doing. We really value him in our team, and we're hoping he can keep dragging us on for the next part of the year.
Were you concerned you'd never see that again? It's basically been since 2020, hasn't been able to be sound and durable up until now?
Look, it's been a difficult few years, I'll admit that, and it's hard to know any concrete direction about anything, whether blokes are going to get their bodies right again or what team defence we're going to go with, but I never doubted and always believed that we'd come back around as a group, and I think Yowie glorifies that and picturifies that because he's got his bodies right, he's worked hard, we've put good systems in place, and now you're seeing the fruit of what is a gun footballer back inside that stoppage again, and you can see what it does for our team.
And there's a few more boys, Dom Sheed, Liam Ryan, Jai Cully, all coming back to the Waffle across the next few weeks. Is there a sense of excitement around that?
Yeah, for sure. We haven't had a really fit list in a little while, and that's what builds that, undercurrent of competition and then propels training and propels improvement. So we're looking forward to having those guys back in, having pressure on spots so that we're seeing the best of Flying Ryan, we're seeing the best of Tim Kelly, because there's pressure from beneath, which again, is something we haven't had in a little while. So really proud and really happy that the club's managed to implement some of those systems, and we're feeling the benefits of it as a playing group.
And how's your back held up across the first month?
Yeah, good, mate. I've managed to rely on good resources and good learning about what can get me mobile, how I can manage it at home and at footy, and I'm grateful to be able to go out there and play.
You fancy yourself as a forward, Tom?
I do.
You fancy yourself as a forward this week against Richmond?
Look, no one's spoken to me directly, and I don't imagine they will. But if I ever get thrown forward there, I'll do my best to play the role for the team, which is what it is. And I'd love to have a few contests up forward, but like I've been saying for a decade, you'll have to ask Adam Simpson about it.
And the Tigers at home, are you hoping that a bit of home ground advantage comes into it as well?
Yeah, look, we've got a celebration for some of our past players to celebrate the first game of the club in 87 against Richmond. So I think we've got 80% of that playing squad coming back to celebrate, and it's great to have those crew around the club again to provide a bit of inspiration, and we're hoping the fans can come out with us as well and support us and get around hopefully our first win of the year.
Clay Hall did some nice things in the Waffle this weekend as well. Do you think he'd be ready to go if he got called up?
I think I must admit I haven't seen his game, but like I said, that pressure from beneath is what drives improvement from our senior players too. But we're looking for midfielders who can attack and defend. And so he knows that. We're trying to value that as a group. And if he can keep building his defensive game, I reckon we'll see him bursting through the stoppage in not too long too.
Just one last one on the retro kit. You seem to lean into it more than anyone else with the socks up. Is that something you'd like to wear more?
that's something I'd love to wear more, truly. I thought that was a hit, and I think the broader fans loved it as well, loved the retro kit, loved seeing the old colours again, and I'd be surprised if we don't see it 3 or 4 more times this year, and might get the socks up treat if you're lucky.